Hello everybody, it's Ginger here. Welcome back to another video, and this one is a review video of these pencils. I bought one tin when we were on a trip to the range, which is, how do I describe the range? I suppose in America it's a bit like Michael's, or yeah, no, it's not like Blick, it is more like Michael's. So it has a lot of homeware, a lot of cheap cleaning products, some DIY stuff on the cheap. It's all the kind of $1 plus brands. It's all, knockoff stuff. They do have an arts and crafts section, and they do have some high-end stuff in that arts and crafts section, but not much. And a lot of it is knockoff brands that you've probably never heard of. And this lot I had never heard of, but the reason I got these was because I really liked the colour ranges and the tints. Now, they have 4 of these, 4 colourways, and I only was able to get 3 from the range because they didn't have the yellows and golds, which is a shame because I do love those as a colour. Now, these I just want to use for things like some of my collage work and sketches and stuff in my books, so it didn't need to be premium and what I use for things like my pet portraits and stuff like that. So this is more stuff that I can use kind of on the hoof to play with, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get these, we'll do a review and we'll see what they're really like. Now, the company is called Decotime, and I've never heard of them. Each tin has a selection of colours from a colour range. So for example, in the blues, we've got blues and purples. We've got reds, pinks and some browns, and then we've got greens, blues and browns in this one as well. So it's a bit of a weird mix, but I just really like the colour ranges. And they also say, also suitable for watercolour effects. So I have got some water and a paintbrush to the side as well, and we'll see what they mean. Now, for most water-soluble watercolour pencils, I'm going to specify that, you add water, and it lifts the pigment and then transfers it to wherever you got the water. And usually, you can lift a lot of the pencil off the paper and you get a lovely, clean, beautiful blend watercolour. But we shall see whether that's actually possible with these, as they claim. So we're going to swatch these because I want to see how they lay down and also what the colours are. So we will start with the pinks, I suppose, because they're on top. I'll put the other 2 tins to the side and we'll take a look at the tins themselves. So they come in these metal tins. I know that there are some that come in kind of like a plastic tray case thing. You can get 44 pencils, I think, in one of those from the colour ranges. I prefer tins. I think they're nicer. I don't know what it is, I just love tins. Admittedly, within minutes I usually lose them out of the tins or get them mixed up, but yeah. So you've got this tin. On the back you've just got basically with all the information in all the various different languages. It states, use dry or with water, brush not included. Well, give them 10 out of 10 for making sure they make that clear, because there are some people who say everything's included and it's not. Anyone who knows that particular quote, everything's included, please leave a comment below and see if you know which YouTuber that comes from. And she is a favourite of mine, I absolutely love her videos. So it says 18 coloured pencils, new colours. I don't know how you get new colours from colours, but okay. Triangle shape. Use a normal sharpener. What's wrong with that? What? Why would you have to state you have to use a normal sharpener? Is what's that all about? Use dry or with water. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, we'll see about that. Right. So we have 18 colours. Each colour has a name and a number. And accordingly, it's an ergonomic design. It is triangular in shape. Hopefully we're not getting too much reflection on the tin. It is quite matte. I do like the feel of it. It's a bit of a flimsy tin. Right. This is what we get inside. So you've got your 18 pencils. They are, hopefully you guys can see that, that is triangular. And I know I'd seen other people had reviewed these and said they didn't have the numbers on, but that clearly has, I don't know if you guys can see that because it's so reflective because of the silver, but it does actually say 108 on there, and if I look at the lid, 108 bright white. I'm getting cat fur on my paper already. So it does have the colour number on it, but not a name. And yes, they are triangular, so it won't roll. That's a good thing. The number of times I've put my pencil down on what I have assumed is a flat surface and very quickly found it is not, and then as it hits the floor I hear that distinctive tink, which usually means the lead inside the pencil's broken. So no rolling away with these ones, which is good. So they're quite light, and I don't know if you guys can see. If I hold it here, you might be able to. I'll do a close-up shot anyway, but the wood's really rough, like super rough wood. So I don't know if that means it's compressed wood that they've made this out of. It doesn't feel, because it's so rough, it doesn't feel like compressed wood. So you tend to find that compressed wood's really smooth. As usual, I don't have an example of that, but yeah, it's a little rough. I do wonder how well they will sharpen, and knowing my look, I haven't got the sharpener here. So what we're going to do is we will swatch all of these and we will see how this goes. So I'm going to pop this to one side and we'll just take each one. This is the first and most pointless one that we're going to do, which is our white. So you are not going to be able to see this. I can't see it, but you can see this. So let's see, will it show up on the black? Oh, okay. So it is showing up on the black. It's not particularly saturated. It's quite soft, but it has a waxy feel to it, which usually means it's not going to be very pigmented. It also means it's going to be very difficult to layer, because once you get so many layers of wax, it just doesn't take anymore. So we will create a nice square, and then I will go back over it this way in a diagonal, and we'll see how dark we can get this one. This is just black cardstock, so nothing special. It does have a little bit of tooth though. I am pressing fairly hard here. I wasn't at first, but I am now. So I think I'm pretty much at the limit there as to how much I'm going to be able to put down. It doesn't seem to be getting any, I would say darker. I suppose it would be darker if it was any other colour than white, but it's not getting any lighter on the black paper, which suggests that I'm kind of at a limit as to how much I can lay down before I start kind of ripping into the paper, which I don't really want to do. Now, these tins are fairly cheap, so, you know, you're kind of getting the sort of quality that you expect from these sorts of things. Let's have a look. Decotime pencils. Let's see how much they are. So, a pack of 18 of these from Wilko, which is another Michael's style retailer here in the UK and possibly a few other places, is $4.99 in pounds. Let's see how much that is in dollars. $4.99 in dollars is $6.32 for a tin of 18. Probably costs that much to produce the tin. So, so yeah, it's, you know, it's pretty cheap. So let's carry on to our next colours. We will return to our piece of paper. I'm just going to draw a square and then go over it. I probably will use one of the darker ones for the watercolour test, just because they should be more pigmented, but who knows? I will say, if you grip your pencil specifically with one finger on the bottom to either side with the point of the triangle pointing up, then it's fairly comfortable, but it is making it a little difficult to hold. I'm just doing the classic multiple different directions to layer this over the top. We can try and get as much down as possible. I mean, it is supposed to be a light colour, to be fair. But it's not doing too bad, really, when you consider it. And the other question is, does it match the colour on the end of the pencil? It's a important bugbear of mine. Faber-Castell Pit Pastel pencils. No comment. Okay, so you can kind of see there. It's not that bad really when you compare the colour to the end of the pencil. It's pretty close. So that one is number 106. And for those that are wondering, this is going to be quite a long video. So I think for the sake of our sanity, I will speed this up. So I will get to the end of this tin and then we'll go over it, and then I'll do the same for the other 2 tins, and then we will have a go at doing the watercolour, because I think, yeah, that would be nice. Okay? Right, so there is our first tin. So I'll bring the colours back a minute so you can see. You know, they're a fairly good-ish representation. This one is our last colour here, and it's nowhere near. Also, you know, I did about 4 or 5 layers for these, and I still couldn't get them anywhere near as dark as this. And you can see, or at least I hope you can see, how shiny they are, which is the waxiness in them. And once you kind of get to like 4 layers, it just stops allowing it to layer at all. It means it'll be really difficult to go over it as well with anything else that you, any like watercolours or gouache, probably be really difficult to overlayer on top of that as well. So that's the reds and pinks tin, and we will move on to blues and purples. Same as with the other tin, you've got all your numbers and colours on the front. Let me in, and here they are. So let's get these swatched and see what we get. Right, so that's the blue tin, or the blue and purples. I think there's more purples and blues in there. There we go, there's all the colours. Looks really good. Quite like the colour range in this, but again, probably more darks in this tin than there is in this tin. So that leaves us with the greens. So we got blue greens and yellow greens in this tin. So it's a good mixture of both warm and cool tones. And we also have our classic black as well in here, which is our graphite black. So let's see how these compare to everything else. Right, as you can see, I have a full set of 18 here, and only 17 and 17 in this tin, and I'll explain why in a minute. So, here they are. Here are our colours against the sheet. Not too bad, still, we've got some really nice pigmented greens, which is nice, and I love the kind of blue greens. Yeah, I kind of like it. I feel like there should be another one between these two, like a pine green colour, but there isn't. But we got some really interesting, nice colours. So, the reason I am missing two of them, one from this tin and one from this tin, the lead is so broken, I am unable to sharpen it. Literally, every time I sharpen it, it literally just crumbles to pieces. So, I've had to just not use them at all because I couldn't get them sharpened. I suspect that might be, there's no damage to the tins, but they have been rattled around in transit maybe, so it's a shame, but that can happen with any brand. As long as it's well packaged, it should be fine, but that's not always the case. So, you know, those things happen. I'm not too fussed by that, but the overall, that's good colours. So I'm going to pick a green, and a pink, maybe this one, and maybe this one, and we'll see what happens with the water. So we'll use that one. And our pink that's in the blue tin. Weird saying there's a pink in the blue tin. It is a pink purple. There we go. Right. Right, so here are our two colours. We're going to do light to dark going this way, and I'll bring the water this way so we can see. So I actually think it's this one, but I wanted something that, you know. Okay. There's the green. Let's do the pink. You can see the waxiness building on the paper there. Right, let's see what we got. There we go, got a plain, yep, nothing on it, so it's just plain water, flat brush. Obligatory cat hair. Okay. It is blending them out, so you no longer see the pencil marks. But I'm not sure, really, you can see that that's picking up the colour. That is. Okay, so they do watercolor-ish, definitely not as much as I would like to see. You know, the pigment has not gone very far at all, really, especially on that green, which is quite a vibrant pigmented green from mid-green, and nope, it's not really travelled as far as I would like, but it has worked. So I will give them that this has worked. And I think realistically, you kind of, when you're looking at this, you've got a decent range of colours. But like I said, the waxiness is probably what's giving me the biggest issue. Because of the waxiness, you're unable to really properly layer and layer and layer. And then because of that, you just get this kind of texture that, yes, it looks like a coloured pencil, but you can't get the smoothness that you can get with a lot of the professional coloured pencils, like, for example, Polychromos, and also other ones like Carpafello. So yeah, for the price, I would say these are not bad. But, you know, and the added bonus that they're not just coloured pencils, that, you know, they can do this, and it is relatively, you know, it has smoothed it out relatively well. It has picked up the colours off the paper. It hasn't just, you know, left a lot of kind of marks behind, but you won't be able to smooth it out as much. I think if I just use the water over the area that I put the pencil in, I could probably smooth that out, and that will form a really nice blend. So if you're using the pencils on paper that can really cope with water, like mixed media paper or watercolor paper, then I think that's absolutely fine. I think you'll get some really nice smooth texture, and I think you'll be able to blend colors really well together as well. But you do leave a lot of the lines behind, but yes. So here they are. Here's 3 of the 4 colour pack tins that Decotime do, and I think I'm probably going to give them maybe 4.5 out of 10. So they're not awful and they're not bad, but they're not great and they're not fantastic. They're more just okay. They do the job. They have some nice, really nice colours. I love the colours. I love the tins that they come in and the fact that they come in these colour blocks. You do need to have the pink and the green in order to have a black and a white. And because the white isn't overly pigmented like the rest of the pencils, honestly, if you want to use the white over the top of other colours to lighten it, I think you're going to probably struggle. And actually, the watercolourness base of these pencils might then come in handy, because you can use water to then lighten the colour to create highlights and shaping in your drawings. So there are some pros, there are some cons. I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 10, and hopefully you guys have found that useful. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below. I will leave a link to where you can get these from on both Amazon and from the Rangers website. And yeah, if you find them, you know, they're not bad as a carry round set at $4.99 a tin, to be fair. So, ta-ta for now, and I will see you all soon for another video. Where did these come from?